Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Video. So you guys know that I absolutely love Easter eggs. Anything that is a reference to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Show is one of my favorite things to analyze and to just watch as I'm watching an episode. Well, the last episode of Yugioh 7s, episode 25, was littered with a bunch of Easter eggs, but none might be more kind of random and cooler than this particular one, which obviously has to do with Jack Atlas, as you can tell by the title. And Yugioh 7s so far, again, we're only 25 episodes in, has been littered with so many cool Easter eggs. We had the cat monsters that resembled Blue Eyes, even were named after Blue Eyes, Red Eyes, and Odd Eyes, which was kind of random, given that Blue Eyes White Dragon and Red Eyes Black Dragon have both appeared in the show, summoned by a character whose name is Otis, literally Seto, spelled backwards, a character that in some ways, even personality-wise, resembles Seto Kaiba a little bit, just being kind of a larger-than-life character and duelist and appearance in this story, still a very mysterious character there. We had Neil use Cyburst monsters, and obviously the Cyburst was created in Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains. And then in this episode, episode 25, we had Goha researching Dark Magician, Blue Eyes White Dragon. There were huge statues of Dark Magician, Blue Eyes White Dragon, Red Eyes Black Dragon, Joey Wheeler's Swordsman of Landstar, Yugimoto's Summoned Skull, Seto Kaiba's Vorse Raider, and My Valentine's Harpy Lady. All characters, or all monsters, that were used by characters from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters anime, but a very quick and obscure Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's reference, clear as day, popped up in this episode. I'm going to play the sequence of events and tell me if you notice it, because I did not notice it when I first watched. Take a look. Did you catch it? Because if you didn't, I do not blame you. It happens so quickly. Let me slow it down right there. Right there, right before Solid Vision takes over and removes all of the real-world environments and aspects and statues. And remember, this is in a dueling history museum. Jack Atlas's D-Wheel is in a dueling history museum. What the heck? So Jack Atlas, I mean, it really is, no matter what Yu-Gi-Oh! Show it is, it's Jack Atlas's world, we're just living in it. Since Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, this D-Wheel has appeared now in 3 of the 5 Yu-Gi-Oh! Shows. It's appeared in every other Yu-Gi-Oh! Since 5Ds. It obviously appeared in Arc 5 because the King appeared in Arc 5 as well, an alternate version of him, and now in Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's episode 25, in a dueling history museum, one of the most iconic D-Wheels in the entire franchise pops up for a brief second in this museum. I mean, this is clearly the D-Wheel of Jack Atlas. Now, what does it mean? I know everyone who is watching is probably wondering and trying to figure out the same thing. What does this mean? It probably doesn't really mean anything. It probably, if I'm just being honest with you guys, is just a very cool reference and Easter egg to one of the most iconic Yu-Gi-Oh! Characters in the entire franchise. That's not a Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters character. I think that's why it's such a cool Easter egg for me, because up until this point, almost every Easter egg we've gotten outside of the Odd Eyes Cat, which is obviously supposed to be an Odd Eyes Dragon reference, has been a Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters reference or Easter egg. This is our first clear as day Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's reference. Now, if you want to take this literally, which you know I love to do, this would confirm that at some point in this world, Jack Atlas was a very famous and well-known duelist. So whether you want to say that this means Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s happens way in the future and is on the same timeline as the original 3 shows, I guess you can maybe use this as a piece of evidence, but more than likely, this is just a cool Easter egg. And as for a timeline perspective, well, you just kind of give yourself a soft smack in the head, because it makes piecing together, which was already, by the way, a very convoluted and pretty much non-existent fantasy timeline, even more difficult. But it is a really, really cool Easter egg. One of my favorite Easter eggs so far in Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s, a show that, again, has been littered with them. And, you know, does this confirm that Jack Atlas exists or existed or is known in the world of Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens. It might. I mean, it's in a dueling history museum. If you want to take it literally, then that's literally what it means. But if you want to take it for probably the way that it's intended, it's probably just a cool Easter egg. But you guys let me know what you think of this Easter egg and reference, Jack Atlas's bike being in the Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's Goha Corporation Dueling History Museum. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you think this might mean from a timeline perspective and really what you think this might mean in general. If there's any other really cool Easter eggs or references like this, I will certainly do a video on them because you know I love them. I think a lot of people like them, and I'm sure there's people that are probably not watching Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s that enjoy this kind of content as well because it's references to shows that they probably did watch. So even if you're not watching 7s, hopefully this video was a little bit informative and a little bit enjoyable. Again, just a really cool ode to 5Ds. Thank you guys all so much for watching. And a special thank you to my Platinum tier patrons, Horace Maye, Goosey Q, Panther J, Blue Maiden 28, Jarrett Buller, and Aura Dragon, and to my Diamond tier patrons, Jesse Wood, Latrell Smith, Pegasus Seiya, and Anime Kaput, and to my Egyptian God tier patrons, Chase Connelly and XZ's Lover 104. Thank you to everyone who supports me on Patreon and who is a YouTube channel member. You guys help me out so much, and I would not be able to do this without all of you. Thank you again so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on Jack Atlas's D-Wheel, Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s, anything that you want to talk about down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day.